Studies say that over 90% of what we learn is forgotten within a week, unless we actively review and organize it. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through 20 free tools that have completely changed the way that I learn. And they can do the same for you. So if you're trying to stay organized, learn faster, or just trying to make sense of all the information in your life, I think these tools will be really helpful. This first one I learned after reading the book, Make It Stick. And I made a whole video on this book. I'll leave it somewhere up here. But in this book, it just talks about the science behind learning, and it really goes deep on the testing effect and the importance of spaced repetition. So this first tool is called Anki, and it's a flashcard app that uses spaced repetition. It's completely free for desktop, and I've been using this to test myself on the books that I've been reading lately. This allows me to review concepts regularly and retain more information long-term. This next tool is really cool because it's a completely free learning platform. You can learn everything from pre-K up to college level. And you can use it to just build a stronger foundation in areas like math, science, economics. Like, they have a little bit of it all. And the name of this tool is called Khan Academy. There were some subjects that I struggled in high school, and I really like that I can go back and revisit those subjects and have a better understanding now, because I care a lot more now than I did whenever I was like 17 years old. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you're familiar with this next tool, but I had to include it anyways, and it's because it's so powerful, and that's YouTube. I've used YouTube to learn skills that have gotten me a job in the corporate world. I know it's pretty obvious, but you can find so much powerful information on YouTube. There's tutorials and courses and things that you can learn about, and you can literally get a job. I got a 9-to-5 job just by learning skills and developing a portfolio. So YouTube is so powerful for just learning new things. Now, this next tool has been really helpful for me because it's allowed me to save space in my office. Like, literally, I don't have any space really here on my bookshelf for any more books. And it's allowed me to be able to read anywhere that I travel in the world without having to pack a bunch of books and stuff like that. And that is the Kindle app. This is an app that I use every single week. This is one of my top apps because it allows me to be able to read anywhere on the go. Another tool that I discovered this year that's really cool is a micro-learning app that summarizes ideas into bite-sized pieces. Instead of opening up Instagram and like doom scrolling through reels, I can open up this app and it's gonna spit me information from a book. So like book summaries, famous quotes, information from philosophy. The app is called Deep Stash, and I think it has some sort of an algorithm that shares with me ideas that it thinks that I'll be interested in. And more times than not, I actually do go down the rabbit hole. And it's just been a great source for consuming new information. The AI tools that I use are ChatGPT and Claude, and I use them for testing myself on books that I've read. That's the whole testing effect from the book Make It Stick. But I also use it to expand upon information from books. So I'll use something like Apple Books because you can't copy and paste from Kindle. So I can copy a paragraph from a book that's, maybe it's a really dense paragraph and I don't really understand it. I'm sure you've been there. But I can paste it inside of ChatGPT and I can have it explain it to me at the 9th grade reading level, and I can get a better understanding of what the book is trying to say. Another great tool that I used all the time whenever I was stationed in Japan is Google Translate. You can literally hold up your phone camera using the app. You can hold up your phone camera to something that's in a completely different language and it can translate it. So it's really great for being able to navigate in your environment in a foreign country, a language you may not understand. But it's also really good for translating information from books. And it can also be helpful in learning new languages as well. This next tool is one of my favorites because it allows me to be able to capture all of my notes in one place, and I can see how all the different ideas connect from a macro level. The name of this tool is Obsidian. I haven't even scratched the surface on what you can do with this, and I'm still learning on ways that I can better optimize this tool. I love that it's completely free, and this helped me build my own personal knowledge network. This next tool I don't use all that often anymore, but I still think it's really helpful, and that is Notion. And it's an all-in-one productivity tool because you can do so much stuff. You can use it for managing projects, taking notes, journaling, to-do list, databases, like the list goes on. The tricky part is finding the right template that works for you and your lifestyle, and just building on that over time. Another great tool is Google Keep or Apple Notes. And I've just found that Apple Notes is just really effective because you can use something like a stylus here with an iPad, and you don't need like any other paid apps or anything like that. You can actually write your notes in the Apple Notes app, and you can do mind maps and things like that. And note-taking apps are just ideal for jotting down ideas quickly. Another cool tool for creating mind maps or building systems is called Miro. And it's basically a digital whiteboard. And it's really helpful for me to get a good visual of complex systems and just being able to simplify more complex things. Now these next few, I'm just gonna rapid fire through because I feel like we all know them, but I decided to make sure that I included them in the video because they're so powerful. And the first one we have is Google Docs. I use Google Docs for jotting down notes, creating systems for my business, and also I've used them for just simple journaling. Google Sheets has been really helpful for like my financial budgeting, creating spreadsheets. It's great for building book lists, learning logs, habit trackers, or creating a spaced review schedule. Next is Google Drive because it organizes all my learning material in one place. Keeps things like PDFs, slides, notes, and recordings all organized and searchable. Now, teaching what you learn is really helpful for retention. And you can use Google Slides and Canva for creating presentations, but you can also use them for creating flashcards as well. Now, I threw Google Calendar on here as well because it's a scheduling tool that keeps you consistent and it allows you to set learning blocks and habit reminders. This next simple tool really improved my learning ability because I wasn't wasting my time. I was actually being mindful of my time, and that is the iPhone timer. And that's because of Parkinson's law. A task will swell to fill the time allotted for that task. And it gave me a clear deadline, which motivated me to focus instead of getting distracted by social media and things like that. I've also used it for the Pomodoro technique as well. This next one I just found out literally just a few weeks ago. And it's been a game changer for my learning because it's allowed me to be able to sleep better at night, and better sleep equals better learning. And so if you're an iPhone user, the tool that I'm talking about is night shift mode. And so I have mine scheduled to turn on night shift mode 2 hours before I go to bed, and then to turn it off 2 hours after I wake up. And this should cut out that blue light exposure that negatively affects your sleep. This next tool has been a game changer for improving my focus. And this is a Chrome extension called Unhooked. And that's because it hides distracting YouTube elements like the homepage or recommendations. Now when I go onto YouTube, all that I see is just the little search bar at the top. So I can search what I specifically want, and I don't have to get distracted by all the things that are on the homepage that's definitely gonna grab my attention. And you can customize this tool to make it as strict as you want. It just stops you from falling into that YouTube rabbit hole. Now there's another cool Chrome extension that I use, and it's called Momentum. If you've ever opened up Google Chrome, you know as soon as you open it up, it pops open Google, and it probably has like a few suggestions based off of the websites that you go to frequently. And Momentum just brings you to this really nice looking screen that doesn't show you really anything. It might give you like a motivational thing for the day, but all it has is the search bar at the top, so you're not getting distracted. The big thing with these two extensions is that they just really encourage intentional learning. Now, if you want to learn even more effective learning strategies that are backed by science, watch this video next. Keep learning, keep growing, keep going. I'll see you in the next video.